There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With over 140 channels in your vehicle, your all-access trial includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.
What's going on, everybody? And thanks for tuning in to this edition of CMA Connected, presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Now, I am the last person that will admit just how dismal it is when I look outside the window at the end of work. It's 4:30 and it's starting to get dark. Yes, it's a reality we must all face as Canadians right across coast to coast. And for some, it's pretty depressing. However, if you do know how to monetize this phenomenon that happens to us every fall, and that by monetizing, I mean the opportunity that is aftermarket lighting for vehicles. On today's show, we've got a brand that takes this very seriously. You know this because you've been to their website, you've seen the videos and the interviews that we've done here, as well as the trainings. That Car Lighting District is no slouch when it comes to the category. They've recently come up with some new products. We had them on recently where they talked about their new Strix line. We'd love to get an update on that line, since I know that a couple dealers have had a chance to get their hands on it and install it into vehicles. And in fact, not only are we going to do an update for you on this latest Strix line, there's also a new little product. I shouldn't say little. It's a new product that is also coming out that they want to talk about today. So without any further ado, we're going to go back to Montreal, where Dr. LED, that's what I like to call him, Frank Gaudreau, is standing by for us to join us here on CMA Connected. What's going on, Frank?
Hey, Ben. How's it going?
Always good. You know, I talk about how depressing that early night can be.
Oh, yes.
It hurts, man. Like, what the heck? It's 5 o'clock. It's pitch black.
It happens every year, but somehow we never get used to it.
I tell myself to get used to it, but whatever. I enjoy looking at my aftermarket headlights. You know, I'm happy to say that on one of them is CLD lights, and they work fabulously. But you have recently when you were on the last time with us, you talked about this new Strix line. So it was a whole line, but what I was most interested in was that backup light. So why don't you give us a little update, like what's going on? Have the dealers had a chance to play with it, receive it, install it? What's the news?
Absolutely. Well, hey, Ben, thanks for having us once again here at the CMA Connected during the lunchtime. So the Strix backup, the high-powered LED backup bulbs so far have a great feedback from our customers and as well as the Tabera reps. The reps are on the road showing their different dealers the new products, and just they're all really stunned by the result and the ease of installation as well. And I think we have a little video that we could show just about and explain to our viewers here how easy it is to install these bulbs, and the actual increase it gives and provides to the user is just night and day.
Night and day. I like that. So let's just as intro this. So this is part of the new Strix lineup of product from CLD. Within that product line, there's this new backup bulb. There it is, which I was kind of excited about because it really, the last time we showed the difference as far as the performance. So go check back that last video. This one, we're going to show you, or you, Dr. LED, are going to show people just how easy it is to convert your regular, boring, low-performance backup lights to these new high-performance Strix LED backup system. Let's check it out.
Welcome to Car Lighting District's How to Install. Welcome to Car Lighting District's How to Install Strix high-powered LED backup lights. Let me show you how we install them. Car Lighting District's Strix high-powered LED backup lights install the same way as you would an original halogen bulb. Not one step is more complicated. There are 4 steps in order to install the Car Lighting District's Strix backup bulbs. Step 1. Locate the original halogen backup bulbs. Normally on an SUV, they'll be located on the trunk door. On pickups, you may see them integrated into the tail light. With a vehicle, it could be on the rear bumper or again on the trunk door. Step 2, remove the original halogen backup bulb. Gently pull on the bulb to remove it from its socket. It's normally real easy, just be gentle. Step number 3, connect the new Strix backup lights into the original connector of the vehicle. Connecting them is real easy, just make sure you're real gentle. Once the connectors are connected, simply reinsert the Strix backup bulb into the housing. As you're installing the Strix backup lights into the housing, make sure the LED diodes are facing left and right. By the way, the bulbs are non-polarized. No matter which side you connect them, both will work. And last step, step number 4, close back the original lid or cover and you're good to go. Once the installation is complete and you're backing up, you will see the astonishing difference that the Strix high-powered LED backup lights will provide for your illumination. Enjoy your backing up experience.
That dude, you know, that Frank guy, he's always so happy to put in lights. You ever notice that?
Well, you know, it's so easy to do, and the end result is so astonishing. So, I mean, hey, it's a fun time.
I gotta say, that's probably the most simple video I've seen, like technical install video that I've seen you do so far. I mean, when you first showed me the bulb, I was trying to understand what was the situation. Like, where's the hidden box? Where's the converter? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's it right there.
Here it is. So, I mean, the driver for this bulb is included inside the actual casing here. And you have the solid heat sinks, similar to our other bulbs like the Kong or even the older G7s. So you got this whole heat dissipation system, which is required because there's so much light coming out of these small diodes that it needs to have some type of heat dissipation. Otherwise, they're not going to last. But with this, it's just a solid product, really great results, and just really easy to install. I mean, it just converts your backup bulbs into fog light power.
I'll tell you, you said it right there. I was just going to say, I mean, that is probably comparable to fog light intensity as far as output. Now, if you don't mind, Frank, could you show that bulb again? You were mentioning I have a few questions coming in from Conrad from Sudbury. I'll get to you in a second, Conrad. If you could just put it closer to the camera. I noticed, see, the diode plate is really small. It's only at the very, very tip on this model.
That's correct. It's similar to the Strix headlights as well. So, I mean, the neck or the body where the two LED chips are installed on is very thin. Mm-hmm. So the light dispersion is basically making a full circle.
And when you were saying make sure when it's installed that the diodes face left and right, what do you mean by that?
Always have the diodes, like the headlights, like the fog lights, facing left and right. If you have them up and down facing 6 and 12, basically, you're not going to have the optimal result. You really want to have them left and right. I'm trying to show on the camera.
It's a little hard. I understand what you mean. It should be straight up like that.
Exactly. And you even have little ways to if you look at the heat sink, you'll notice that the LED diodes have they're aligned with a different design when you're looking at the heat sink. So it's actually quite easy to do once you have stuffed the bulb into the housing and you're wondering, and say you're on the trunk lid and you're not sure where you're at,
right?
You just heat sink and you'll notice, okay, I'm facing left and right now.
All right, so a couple things coming in. So first of all, Sudbury Car Audio, which is our friend Conrad Leduc, he says those look very compact. He wants to try a set. Then he came with a question: is the plug-in end interchangeable?
Plug-in as in the connector? No, but we have these Strix backup bulbs in the 5 most common backup bulbs you'll see on vehicles. So 921, 1156, 3156, 3157, and 7440. And
that's why I call you Dr. LED. You read off these numbers like a doctor reads off medicine. I don't know how you remember all that, but okay.
I have a lot of experience with this. I'm all by heart now.
It's awesome, man. So really, you think basically that those 5 models or types pretty much covers the vast majority of backup light bulbs.
Easily covers 90 to 95% of all vehicles on the market. I mean, I've seen other bulbs in backup bulbs of vehicles, but they're very rarely seen. And I mean, if we do get a customer who wants a 5202 as a backup bulb, well, I mean, sorry, we don't have it in the Strix, but we do have it in other lines of products that we offer, So we do have another alternative that's brighter than a regular LED bulb, but not in the Strix line of products.
So from a dealer perspective, really, you're only talking about holding 5 SKUs of those.
Yes.
And that pretty much covers you top to bottom.
Exactly. And the boxes are similar to, like I previously mentioned, the boxes are the same design as the LED kits. Okay, this is the regular LED kits, as we all know. Now we got the smaller size.
It's like a mini version.
Exactly. And it fits really nicely into the shelves, you know, doesn't take up a lot of space, and good margins.
Excellent. Margins, very, very important. If you don't mind, Frank, could you hold up that light one more time? I have one more question for you.
Of course.
One of the concerns that I had when you first talked to me about this product was space. Now, from your experience, do most applications allow for that type of space behind to incorporate, you know, to make room for that heatsink?
I would say yes. I mean, I've done an installation once of these bulbs where I couldn't close the back cover, but I mean, it's in the trunk. So worst comes to worst, nothing's going to happen. That's the thing. And if with a little bit of creativity, you could always modify the cap to close it back on. You maybe just need to cut a little piece. That was in a one vehicle, but on all the other vehicles I've installed it in, the original cap closed back on, no problem. I mean, pickups, these are
I was just going to say, because for me, the first line of people, like the dealers listening in, that would want this immediately is anybody who tows. So like, and that means pickup trucks. If we're talking Silverado, Ram, Tundra, F-150, what's the situation?
In the tail lights where you install the backup bulbs, there's always enough space, enough clearance to pass the little extra part here of the heatsink. I've installed during my research and development, I've had different versions of these high-powered backup bulbs. I had one with a bigger heatsink. I installed it in an F-150, and it fit easily, no problem whatsoever. So these Strix have a smaller heatsink, so for sure in the same pickup, it's going to fit no problem whatsoever. So I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, you're talking about 1 inch.
Yeah, most of the time it's not tight in there anyways. It's probably one of the easiest, arguably one of the easiest bulb to change on a vehicle.
It is.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I look at headlights sometimes. They're easy to, you know, the part is taking out the headlight is easy. It's having access to it that's usually the problem.
Absolutely. Really, that's vehicle dependent, manufacturer dependent. I mean, I've seen it all. I mean, there's some of them that are right there. You got absolutely nothing in the way. And you got others where you have to take apart half the whole front end. And, you know, it's a 2-hour job just to change it. Headlight bulbs.
And this is not one of those in most cases.
I mean, for backup bulbs, the majority of vehicles are always very easy access, done within 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, nothing complicated there. And just to mention, just before I go, you keep on going, that installation video is easily accessible once you open the physical package of the Strix backup bulbs by scanning this little card that's included in the kit. So it comes like this. When you open the box, you see it like this. You pull out your smartphone, scan it with your camera, and you're going to have a direct link towards that video we just seen before.
That really was a pretty simple video to begin with, but absolutely cool. Very, very cool. There's no dealer that's watching this that can't install that backup bulb.
No, for sure not. It's an added feature that we wanted because, you know.
Oh, very cool.
Is
that something that's going to be throughout all the bulbs that you're going to have this installation video?
Well, actually, it's just a newer thing that we came out with. The headlight bulbs, we haven't done it considering there's so many different possibilities. I mean, backups is a lot easier to like maintain, I guess, into one video. But the next product we're going to talk about in a bit will also include a car like this and an installation video on the website. So
let me ask you a couple more questions before we move off this topic. Now that the product's been out, you've had some dealers play with it. What has been the feedback as far as the type of customer, the application that this is really being popular for out of the gate?
Right now, we got SUVs, we got trucks, we got cars. We really have everybody trying out this product. I mean, within about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks now of the product being launched, our numbers are really good. Our sales are going up already. I mean, it's really unexpected. And I mean, we got just great feedback and absolutely no negative comments whatsoever.
Nice.
All I've heard so far was just great product, easy to install, amazing light. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I love ridiculous. Ridiculous is good. How about inventory real quick? That's healthy right now if dealers want to sign up and get a few?
We're getting more into stock within a couple weeks. Our inventory levels are going already quite, they're skimming towards we need a re-up, and it's coming in shortly. So we got
So
it.
get your orders in, like get some now, basically.
Exactly. But we
5
got
different SKUs, right? You said 5 different models?
5 different SKUs. We got more coming in, so we got nothing to worry about.
Beautiful. Is there anything we missed about these new Strix backup lights? Those are pretty darn exciting, I have to admit.
I think it covers everything. I mean, just to get back to the specs here, we got 3,000 lumens a pair, 1,500 each.
Which is sick for backup.
It's incredible.
Like, what is, okay, hold on. Let's get the base. What does the average vehicle have as far as, lumens for factory backup bulbs? What do those generate? Just to give a bar here.
It's hard to say, to be honest. I think a regular halogen 921 bulb was about 600 to 700 lumens.
Okay.
For one.
Let's call it 800 on the high end.
Say 800 lumens. So these Strix backup bulbs are at least twice as bright as these regular halogen bulbs. But it's not just the fact that you putting numbers versus what you actually see with your eyes is sometimes not. It's hard to actually make a correlation between the two. I mean, even if you say these are twice as bright, physically it looks 10 times brighter.
Very good. Very good. Very exciting stuff. All right. What do we want to talk about next, Dr. LED?
Well, Car Lighting District, as we said earlier in other videos, came out with the Strix this season. We also have another product that's completely new to the lineup, never actually brought anything similar in the company. It's truck or SUV grill lights. Actually, I said truck and SUV, but with a little creativity, you could even use it with cars or even maybe tractors or ATVs, side-by-sides, anything with a 12 to 24 DC system. These are grill lights, 3 pods containing 15 LEDs each in amber color to put in your grill, to put on your roof rack, to put just, they're marker lights. They're added marker lights to your vehicle. We have a little display video that I like to play just right here, just to show our viewers exactly what we're talking about.
All right, we'll play the video, and I'll have some questions when we come back. Here we go.
Car Lighting District is proud to introduce a fully new product to its lineup, introducing the Truck Grill Light, universal for your truck or SUV. We've installed it in the front grille of this F-150, but you can install it anywhere if you have enough imagination. These feature 15 bright amber LEDs per pod, fully waterproof, IP67 shock resistant. It mounts with very durable 3M dual-sided tape and is very easy to install. This add-on to your vehicle will make you stand out to your crew. It really enhances the look of your front end. If you're ready to purchase this today, go to carlightingdistrict.com.
So that's very interesting. You first. You have something to say. Go.
That's actually the official video that we're going to use when we're going to launch the product. It's
so nobody's seen that
on
yet.
the website.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
In about mid-December at this time.
Very good. Well, you heard it here first. New product from CLD. Now, this is interesting because so far, CLD is really about LED conversion kits, fog lights, and now backup lights. So this is kind of like a new category for CLD, isn't it?
Completely new. I mean, I've had a lot of customers send us pictures of the result of our LEDs in their trucks, and a lot of them had the F-150s with the Raptor style grill lights installed. And I mean, obviously they didn't come from us because we don't sell them, but I got a lot of customers sending us pictures and they have them on their trucks. So I'm like, hey, listen, this is something that we could definitely, add to our lineup. And then I did some research. Did some looking around, different competitors selling the product. I found that not very many people sell them. There is maybe one other brand that sells a similar product. We got ours coming in at a cheaper price, basically the same result. And also ours is really easy to install compared to others you may see, non-polarized. So you just, whichever wire you plug into whichever wire, it's going to work. I mean, as long as you do positive, negative, obviously,
yes.
But they're just non-polarized and really easy to install.
Now, it's interesting because this is so trending right now, right? Amber lighting, auxiliary lighting onto vehicles, especially trucks and Jeeps and that type of stuff. Is this something that is the beginning of maybe a new, deeper category for CLD? Is this something you could talk about? Is there something where you're thinking about? Or you're testing the waters? I'm just trying to wrap my head around where this may be going.
We are testing the waters. I can't speak about it too much as we're still thinking and still researching different ideas. But yes, car lighting district will extrapolate towards new products other than just regular headlight and fog light bulbs.
Because I
Absolutely.
mean, backed by a distributor like T-Bear, there's certainly the resources and the backing to go that route. Should you decide to go that route, and this for me is kind of telling us, yeah, we may be going that route.
We will be. We will be. I can't talk about exactly to what extent and towards which type of products, but we're definitely thinking about it. It's definitely on the table. And this truck grill light is one of the first products that we're bringing out that will be different than just regular headlight bulbs and fog light bulbs.
Very nice, because you guys have very interesting ideas and concepts when it comes to being innovative with products. So I, for one, am pretty excited to see where this can go. I think this is a very useful and in-demand product right now. So it's kind of like an easy add-on. And if you mentioned price point is something that's pretty attractive about the product, as well as the ease of install, like you had mentioned, that should be a no-brainer. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit more curious to see where else this can go and how you can apply that CLD style to this category of lighting. So we'll have to circle back on that, won't we?
Absolutely. For sure.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about this light before we move on?
Well, I mean, as I was saying, it's an easy installation, easy installed product. But I mean, you do need to have a basic understanding of 12-volt electronics. I mean, this may be something dealers will have, more.
Does it come with any switches on off, or is it just wiring and you have to deal with the rest?
Great question. I mean, in the installation video that we have that will be also available on the website once we launch the product and once the customer scans the QR code, once he opens the box, you'll have a step-by-step installation video explaining that, you could really plug it up to wherever you want it to plug in, how you want it to act. So in that F-150, I had it plugged into these side markers. Side markers light up as soon as you unlock the doors, as soon as you open the doors, as soon as you start up the engine. They're always lit up. You can't necessarily close them unless you close them manually with the switch. So that's what's really cool. The light will always follow the side markers, so they're always going to be, in action. You could decide to plug it in with your low beams. So instead of having it with the side markers, they'll only light up at night with your low beam lights. Or even further, you can set it up with a switch, from the inside and have it on an independent switch. That requires a bit more installation, a bit more, extra products like the switch itself. It doesn't come with the switch.
Okay.
So, I mean, you could really do it whatever you want with it, basically.
Very, very good. And you said it was it's weather resistant. It's got an IP rating on it?
Of course. IP67, water and shock resistant. The 3M tape, as installers must know, that's really durable. Once you stick it onto plastic, it's going to be really hard to rip it off.
You just got to prep it right. That's all.
Exactly.
And don't put your fingerprints on it.
No, exactly. Wash it properly. Use maybe a bit of an alcohol substance just to dry it up. Make sure everything's really clean as can be, and stick it up there, and stick it under there, and you're good to go.
And last but not least, does this fall under which category of warranty does this light fall under?
I believe we're having it under a 1-year warranty.
1-year warranty. Okay, very best. I put some numbers down there, guys. If you want more information on CLD LED lighting, car lighting districts, of course, you can catch them on their website at www.cldled.com, or you can call the number right there, get a hold of your local T-Bear rep. They go set you up.
Absolutely.
So we've had a chance, Frank. We've talked a little bit. Well, we did a follow-up on the launch of the Strix, and in particular, we talked about the backup reverse light kit, which congratulations, that looks fantastic. I know that's going to do well. And guys, if you're interested, make sure you get a hold of the guys at T-Bear. Then we talked about a little teaser launch of this new category of truck/SUV lighting, grill lighting that we just finished talking about. The last 5 minutes here, I wanted to pick your brain a little bit. This is our last time we're going to be doing a connected broadcast. It's been a hell of a year for everybody on so many different levels. We're not going to get into all the different things with COVID and supply chain and all this stuff. What I wanted to ask you, Frank, is lighting, like every other category within automotive 12 volt, is going to be constantly evolving and going under different changes and different factors coming in. And it's important that there's two things that happen: that dealers stay in touch with what's going on with the business, as far as the things you need to know as a dealer in this category, and also that manufacturers are on top of everything that's going on. I'd like to hear a little bit of what you have to say about looking ahead towards 2022 and beyond in the lighting category.
All right, well, great question, Ben. I mean, this is really a more in-depth question, I guess you could say. Car Lighting District obviously does a lot of research on its products and always stays on top of the newest trends and regulations coming in and things that are necessarily to keep on doing business in the lighting category, compared to other companies which may not exactly do the same type of research. I mean, if you could buy a cheap LED kit on Amazon and have absolutely no service, no customer service whatsoever, and just be stuck with a cheap kit that's not going to last very long and may not even be suited for your vehicle, not at all, and you're just having a bad result and just basically blinding oncoming drivers and being just that bothersome driver on the road.
I call them the annoying one. I know right away. You see them a mile away, but anyhow.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. That doesn't happen with Car Lighting District's products when properly installed. But going forward, we're always staying, informed with the latest trends, and we'll follow anything we need to do to make sure that we keep on in business and just being a major player in the lighting industry.
That's great to hear that, because, and I want to reiterate this, from CMA, we represent all the brands, as you know, and there's some great brands in the lighting category that we love dealing with and that are your competitors, but I think that you also respect as competitors, because these are brands that are serious about lighting, that they put in the time, the resources, right, the effort into staying on top of the game. CLD is a great example of this, because if you're a dealer, the customer that's coming in for you to put in their lights that they bought off of Amazon. There are so many advantages with supporting a brand like CLD. Like Frank said, the research they put in, the tech support, the videos these guys produce, from an infrastructure level, from being distributed by T-Bear, there's a lot of plus. The warranty that these guys are offering. So the message that I want our listeners to have, and this is why I asked you this question, is, it is important that you support these brands that put in the investment and time, effort, resources into staying on top of what's new, the trend, so that you have the right product to sell your customer, but also everything else around that. You mentioned rules and this and that. We're not going to get into that today, but there's a lot to it, just like in every other industry. Oh, yeah. And I wanted people to know that brand like CLD is certainly in tune with that and is committed to maintaining and being on top of that no matter what happens.
I mean, like any industry, everything is always ever evolving, and we're always staying informed on the latest events, news, and anything that needs to be, followed in the latest
adjusted trends or whatever. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And this is why it's great that you come on, occasionally. So he gives us the updates on anything new or whatever new products. So on that, I want to thank you and Francis and Felix and Fabian, everybody over at CLD for doing what you did with us this year. We had some great, training videos. We had some great product launches. Really excited to see where this goes with you guys for next year, and hopefully we can be a part of that journey.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Ben, for all of this, and it's really been great. We really enjoy it.
So once again, guys, just a quick recap. We had Frank on, Dr. LED. We talked about the Strix lineup. That's a brand new lineup of projector-friendly, reflector-friendly bulbs with the super thin chipboard. Yep. And of course, the backup lights conversion kit that we just saw. Now they're getting into these lights. Oh, look at that. I got to give, hey, Fabian, thanks for joining us. Yes, cool. And who knows? We'll see what happens in 2022 when you guys get to talk about the stuff that you don't want me to ask you yet. Have a good one.
Man. Looking forward to it.
Awesome, man. Have a good one. Take care, friends.
You too, man. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
There you have it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put up the digits just one more time. If you guys are interested in what you saw today or any other products from Car Lighting District, make sure you check them out at cldled.com or give them a call at their toll-free number. That'll connect you through to T-Bear, one of our biggest distributors across the country, and get you some CLD goodies for your store so you can offer to your customers. That's a good one. Again, big shout out to the team at CLD for supporting CMA and to being on. I want to remind everybody tonight to tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern. We've got our second to last episode of the year for CMA Live, where tonight's going to be all about OEM integration. You don't want to miss that. 8 o'clock tonight on CanadianMobileAudio.com. On that note, thanks for tuning in to another edition of CMA Connected presented by SiriusXM. This one was all about CLD. Hey, I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
Hey, Kevin, do you want some lasagna?
Basically like a barrel.
I made lasagna.
What?
I made lasagna.
Who's Tanya?
What?
What?
Kevin, do you want some lasagna?
You stepped in what?
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 What? What?
I made lasagna.
Tomorrow is mañana.
What?